Hey guys, welcome back to Yellow Card Vanguard. Happy New Year first of all. 2022 is looking very good on the horizon with the new DBT05 as well as Premium Collection 2022. But I want to take a look back at 2021 and talk about my 5 cards that carried me. Big ups to Different Fight for starting this trend. Let's begin. Starting us off at number 5, Rand Heavenly Sword, Alden. Most of you who know me know that I love drawing cards, and Alden is literally a pot of greed on legs. Can I get a Toke 3 Pog in the chat? Alden has been a mainstay in Bastion throughout its evolution in D Standard and still remains to be Bastions, and my right-hand man. Both of his effects are always in use, calling a grade 3 Nakama to draw into more grade 3 Nakamas, and also the fact that he keeps the power for the turn just makes him doubly strong in Bastion decks. Thank you for everything you've done for me in 2021, Alden. At number 4, Spirited Star, Troi. Unfortunately, now holding a spot in the Hall of Fame after graduating from her spot in the idol group Bermuda 48, Troi was the centerpiece of my Bermuda Triangle Riviera deck in Premium. There was just so much stuffed into this one card. She was your superior stride enabler, also getting you an extra force marker mind you. She was also your best multi-attacker. Instead of bouncing back to hand, she stayed on the stage, able to keep any crits you got from your first Tiroa swing going into your second. And come the big finale turn with Megiddo, you are looking to call for Troi for that huge multi-attack turn. And once again, with Troi staying on the board, meant that she kept Megiddo's field swap buff as well as the 5k. Thank you for everything you've done for me in 2021, Troi, and please enjoy your retirement. Heading straight into number 3, I'm giving this spot to CEO Igtrazil and Fate Norn together. As an avid Genesis enthusiast, whether it be in V Premium or Premium, I always find myself looking towards Igtrazil and Norn as part of my main game plan. In V Premium, you will be hard-pressed to find me playing any Genesis deck, aside Astral Poets, that wouldn't look to use Igtrazil and Norn as part of my win con. Even in Premium as well, as a cultured Regalia enthusiast myself, being able to reintroduce Igtrazil and Norn into the deck and to get a non-Generation Break restricted restanding 4-3 Drive Vanguard just cranks the deck's power to 11. Our runner-up at number 2, yes it may be cringe, yes it may be ratio, and yes it may be a nostalgia, and yes, you can call me an Aichi-sim, but I will wear that label as a badge of honor. My number 2 card for the year 2021 is Majesty Lord Blaster. I've used him in V, I've used him in Premium, and I can't believe that I'll also be able to use him in D this coming year. In V, I've used him alongside Jewel Knights and really enjoyed how the two engines meshed together to make a really well-oiled machine. MOB to provide the soul and force markers so that the Jewel Knights could use the soul to fuel multi-attacks on said force markers. In Premium, I play him in Pure Blasters, and the fact that Crystal Luster Dragon is able to gain all of MLB's abilities to give us the same feel as MLB in V, getting that extra drive, that extra crit, those extra force markers, while at the same time gaining a little bit more reach by adding on that guard restriction combined with the multi-attacks you get from Blaster Blade and Fogo. Big ups to MLB's release as well as providing me a venue of getting back into Vanguard after I had a large hiatus due to not enjoying the first half of V Premium. Finally, we reach number 1, the card that defined 2021 for me. Time and time again, I've always preached for this card to come to me, and I'm so happy I got to use it in 2021. 1 year since its release, and that is Pursuit Assault.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
And finally, we reach number 1, the card that defined 2021 for me, and it's actually very hard for me to figure out this one. Instead of being a player who likes to play very few decks a lot, I'm someone who has spread themselves across Vanguard very thinly, almost having 1 to 2 decks for every clan to play just because I love the game that much. It's hard to figure out, amongst those 20 plus or so decks, which one card defined 2021 for me. So for number 1, I instead decided to give this slot to a card that defines me. I was a player and a content creator for the year 2021, and that card is Thingsaver Dragon. Looking back on 2021, I surprisingly focused on Thingsaver a lot. A combo video, an over-explained, featuring it in Clan Collection cores as like the big finale. It was also one of my most tested decks. I often reiterate many times on stream on the channel how bad Thingsaver Dragon is due to its "if you did not ride this turn" restriction, but I still always seem to run back into his arms like I'm suffering from Stockholm Syndrome. In the same vein, I think whereas some people may be looking at a new card and be like, holy shit, XYZ card sucks, it's not even worth considering. We can see that just from Clan Collection cores, I'm a holy shit, XYZ card sucks, how do I make this work kind of person, which is very much portrayed in my attitude towards Thingsaver. So yeah, to wrap up number 1, I chose Thingsaver Dragon because despite its card quality, I was determined to figure out something with it, and that kind of defines me as a player and a content creator. I just like to figure stuff out and give stuff a chance before striking it off. Nonetheless, that's about it for what I have to say about the top 5 cards that I relied on throughout 2021. This topic is kind of trending right now amongst the Vanguard community, so feel free to join in on the fun. Leave a comment down below what you thought about my top 5, what your top 5 are, and even tell me my top 5 are unbased. I'll accept it all. You can even @ us on Twitter, Yellowcard Vanguard, to tell us what your top 5 are. Find me on my Twitch channel to tell me live what you thought. There's so many ways to connect with us. Feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps. And as always, this has been Toku from Yellowcard Vanguard. I look forward to 2022 with each and every one of you. Toku out.